Yo, what's going on, Weeaboo? I should have brought my Evangelion teacup because it would have been more thematically kind of pleasing. Is that the right word? Who cares? Actually rocking a Domo teacup from the first time I went to Japan. I got this because I love Domo. But yeah, welcome to Weeaboo Wednesday. Weeaboo Wednesday is when I steal news about anime and video games and Japan-centric stuff and bring it to you, the viewer. The Kingu. And speaking of the Kingu, if you want stickers, bring your butt over to the Discord. I already sent a couple of these out, so make sure you claim yours now. Link below. Oh, and Daddy's very excited because he got an Ami package finally, so the king can play with his toys. But we're gonna do a separate video for that because this got here right before I started recording and I could not fit it in. So the reason I came out all Ava'd up, and of course with ya girl Asuka, Anta baka, the reason I have all this on is because there was actually a poll from NHK to decide who was the most popular character in Evangelion, and of course, the Queen won. Shout out to my friend for getting this for me from Ichiban Kuji. And yeah, Asuka, Langley, Soryu, or Shikinami if you're going by the rebuild names. Asuka won first place, which makes perfect sense because she is a queen and she's the best, which is funny because she was followed by Kaoru, so Rei wasn't even able to beat Kaoru. Rei was actually in third place, so eat my AT field, Rei fans, because she's garbage. What's most important though is that Pen only placed in 8th place, which to me is just beyond my imagination. What can you say? Some people are idiots. So it would seem that Hayao Miyazaki has announced that the newest movie he's working on is coming along quite well. Kimitachi wa do Ikiruka is going to be the next movie, which actually is essentially How Do You Live? And it's supposed to be this huge, completely hand-drawn movie, and it would seem that they have the first 36 minutes of the runtime completed, despite all of the setbacks thanks to the pandemic. Now, they started storyboarding this back in 2017, and in an interview in October of 2018, he reported that it was 15% done. So it's coming along quite well, and they plan to have it done in the next 3 years. So that's cool. I'm assuming this will be a pretty big movie, and it could potentially be one of Miyazaki's last. He is getting up there in age. He may retire someday. Japan lifted their state of emergency on 39 prefectures, which didn't include places like Tokyo or Osaka or Kyoto or a few other heavily populated places, but it actually allowed a lot of the country to free themselves up and get back outside. Now, this could be good or bad. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how great this could be for the country, but it does help their economy, of course. But also, in spite of this, it would seem that they've opened up 100 theaters in Japan because their movies over the box office had taken like a 96% decline from last year. They were down that much compared to last year's performance. That could very well have been because of some of the movies that came out last year, but still, they reopened some theaters and they were showing stuff like Shin Godzilla, which is in the top, as well as Akira 4K, and those are some of the top performing movies right now, which of course they deserve to be because Shin Godzilla is a masterpiece. Konami is releasing Dance Dance Revolution 5. What? I have a metal DDR mat over there. I am a longtime DDR player. Your boy was back, oh yeah. You can't see my feet, but I'm playing DDR right now. I was the man at DDR. I mean, I wasn't the best, but I did love playing DDR, and I still love music games to this day, and I credit DDR for that. But DDR5 is going to be a PC game, it would seem, so far, and there's actually an alpha that's downloadable. If you have a Konami account, you can go online and get the alpha for this. They haven't announced how long they're gonna let it run for. When I went to the website, you can't actually access it, but it has 15 songs and people are able to play this game early, so that's pretty cool. Could this mean the recovery of the DDR franchise? I doubt it, but I would love to see a new game. And maybe some new dance mats that aren't so damn expensive. Evo Online has finally released a little bit of a promo video showing what is to be expected from this year's tournament. And let me tell you, it's kind of weird. It's going to go for 5 weekends in July. So each weekend they're going to have different events. But they're also additionally going to have open tournaments online, which is nice, so anybody can enter those and play online and try to win prizes or whatever it may be. But one thing you might notice is when they show the lineup of games, there ain't no Smash Bros. And that's got a lot of people in the FGC kind of mad because originally they were going to have Smash Brothers there for the in-person event, but they cut it out for the online. I don't know why. Maybe because the Nintendo connections are not reliable enough. I don't know, that's just me speculating, but still I think it's kind of screwy to put in other games and not Smash because Smash has always had a very prominent place in the fighting game community. Either way, there's a lot of games that people can still play, and it is cool that they're at least still holding Evo, but I feel like this year is going to be very, very strange, and I can imagine a newcomer even coming around to take the place at the top because, yeah, I don't know, this online stuff, it ain't for the pros. Okay, this one is really upsetting. It's a good thing this tea's so good, because if not, I'd be raging. The newest Guilty Gear, Strive, which I played the early closed beta for, which was super fun and I was super excited for, has been delayed. It's been announced that because of the pandemic issues, that has caused delays for them to have to push the game back. So originally it was set for late 2020. It is now set for early 2021, so we may be looking at maybe a 3 or 4 month pushback. I'm not quite sure. They haven't announced a date or anything like that, nor did they announce a date before, but still, I'm irritated because I was really looking forward to this one this year, and I ain't getting any younger. I gotta tell you, this delay is just bullshit lazy to my heart. Sorry guys, you know, every time I talk about it, I can't help but fit it in there. I meant to mention it at the beginning of the video, but I actually got my copy of Kuromea. I've been excited about this movie ever since I saw it in the theaters, and I think everybody needs to go check it out. Being able to watch it on Blu-ray was just another reminder of how awesome it is. So if you haven't seen it yet, go get the Blu-ray right now, because who's gonna wait until August to buy a collector's edition? Not me. Anybody else think it's getting a little hot in here? Ooh, let's get a little naughty. So, Atsushi Okubo is a mangaka that I've talked about before. I actually rather like his work. He's done Soul Eater as well as this, Ennen no Shobutai, otherwise known as Fire Force in the States. It's a really cool manga. I really like his style a lot. Recently, he was kind of mad about Kuromea, saying that it has a lot of similarities to his most recent manga, which was Ennen no Shobutai, because of all the fire theming. He was like, maybe I won't tell people about my next project. He was a little mad, but where he actually said in the most recent issue of one of his manga, in like the notes at the end, he said that, you know, Fire Force, or Ennen no Shobutai, has finally entered its final phase, and it would be ending soon. And then he also says in the same breath that this would be his final manga, and he hopes everyone joins him for the ride, which really upsets me to think that he might be ending his manga career. Maybe Ennen no Shobutai hasn't been doing as good as he would maybe have preferred it to in Japan, but I love it. And I love it because, man, I just first saw that cover, and I was like, this looks awesome. And then I found that it was the guy from Soul Eater, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. But still, it's a shame to see that he's potentially going to be stopping. The 24th volume of Ennen no Shobutai is releasing July 17th in Japan, and that could very well be his farewell. So, I don't know. I guess I gotta catch up now. Either way, Okubo-san, I have to say thank you so much, because I do love your stuff, even though you'll never see this. Now, similarly, Demon Slayer has ended in the most recent, or I guess the 24th edition of the Weekly Shonen Jump. The final volume is out. It's done. It's over, which is really crazy to think, because I did not see that ending anytime soon because of how well it was doing. I thought they were going to grind that one out like they do with any shonen manga. But no, it's done and over, and it would seem that they're already planning a spin-off starring the character Kyojuro Rengoku, which is the fire guy that you see very prominently on the advertisements for the movie. He's a really cool dude. I like him a lot, and I would love to see this new manga. That sounds pretty interesting. And yeah, like I said, I was not expecting this to end so soon, so I guess that's cool. They're not going to milk it, which I do appreciate, but still, like I said, I do have my preconceived notions on where the series is going, and we'll see if I'm correct. So this one's a little weird. It would seem that Customs has claimed some packages that were coming from Hong Kong, which apparently contained 86,000 fake Pokemon toys. So yeah, the counterfeit Pokemon were a bunch of little figures, and there was like 15 boxes of them. And they were held not only because of the fact that they violated like the intellectual property violations of the United States, but also because counterfeit toys typically are coated in really crappy paint that have a level of lead in it that's kind of dangerous, especially for small children. So they were withheld, and they have been seized by Customs, which is just really weird. Now, if they were authentic, they would have claimed something like a $600,000 value on them, which of course they were fake, so they're not worth that. But my question about all this is, who the hell is still buying their kids fake Pokemon toys? Pokemon toys are so circulated that you can get them for pretty cheap, and you can very easily spot fake ones. So who's buying these for their kids? Seriously. I think they should still sell them and put those people on a list who buy them. And the funny thing is it was going to a hub in like Pennsylvania or something, And I looked up the article in the Pennsylvania News that said something about it, and it ended with, the CBP said when it comes to counterfeits, its officers gotta catch them all. Which was just, it's funny. I'm surprised that like a reporter would have that ability to kind of make that sort of cute little joke. But they probably also called them Pokemon in the same breath, so, you know. And yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, make sure to like the video. That does really help. Comment too. Tell me what the most interesting story was to you. And make sure to click what I'm linking here. Make sure to join the Discord. There's a link below. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be me opening that stuff. And of course, there'll be a figure review this week as well. So until then, cheers.